Alright, what's going on everybody? So there have been many times where I just stopped to look at the character select screen in My Hero 1's Justice 2 and wondered to myself why certain characters weren't added into the game. I can understand to a degree why someone like Toru or Kurogiri aren't in the game, but the one character exclusion that strikes me as odd is the tape hero Cellophane. Sero's tape quirk gives him excellent mobility and would make him a perfect capture and recon hero. I imagine he'd play like a cross between Twice, Aizawa, and a little bit of Dabi to a small degree. Today I'm going to go through how I think Sero would have worked if he were to be added into the game. I'll be using several characters from the game to demonstrate certain moves. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first up is his basic strike combo. I'm thinking just a basic 3-hit combo on the ground and in the air. And maybe his last hit, maybe his last attack on the ground is just him throwing the opponent using his tape. Sort of similar to what Aizawa does in one of his moves. Next up is his tilt square or tilt strike move. So with his tilt square, when you press that, I'm thinking Sero will shoot out tape, and if it connects with the opponent, he will pull them forward, similar to what happens when you tilt the stick while using Aizawa's quirk 2. The opponent will then spin toward you. Think the opposite of what happens when you use Aizawa's tilt quirk 2. Alright, so next up we're going to talk about his Unblockable Red Attack. So Sero will shoot out tape, and if it connects, he'll slam the opponent into the ground, causing a ground bounce. Follow-up attacks would put you in the air. For Sero's quirk 1, he'll shoot out tape. You could hold the button to shoot out tape longer and further. Perhaps in the air it shoots out at an angle toward the ground. If it hits the opponent, Sero will tear the tape off, binding the opponent and allowing the player to move around freely. Using this again will cause a knockdown and a combo break similar to Maze Net. I think he should have a move that showcases his mobility, so I was thinking that his tilt quirk 1 would be similar to Twice's tilt quirk 1 while in the air and his quirk 1 while on the ground. The only key difference is that it wouldn't cross the opponent up, but instead Sero would just be propelled forward. For his quirk 2, Sero creates a tape trap on the ground, which if the opponent steps on it, would result in a unique animation, much like when you get hit by Jiro's quirk 1. This would be similar to Dabi's ground traps, except it wouldn't cause damage to the opponent. For his tilt quirk 2, Sero creates a tape net that can be used to capture and immobilize opponents for a brief period of time. He did this during the first exercise at the combat facility when he and Kirishima were acting as villains protecting the fake bomb. If the opponent touches the trap, they will get wrapped up in the tape. This would allow for good combo resets, extensions, and air-to-ground combos. I would imagine that you couldn't have multiple net traps active at one time, and the second time the opponent collides with one, it would result in an instant knockdown, breaking any combo. For his Plus Ultra 1, Sero creates a barricade using tape that can be used to block attacks. I'm thinking if the player connects with it, they'll become wrapped up in the tape, but the time until they automatically fall to the ground and reset will be higher. He used this move during his match against the Class B students. Sero's Plus Ultra 2 would be his tape shot trident. Sero uses tape to fling a bunch of rocks at the opponent. This move was used during the latest movie against the villain 9. All in all, I think Sero would be a good addition to the roster that Twice and Aizawa players would enjoy. His tape quirk would allow him a bit more flexibility and mobility than those characters. It would also allow players to set up traps that could help them open their opponent up for attack. Let me know what you guys think about the idea of Hanta Sero being in 1's Justice 2. Would he be a good addition, or would he feel too similar to what we already have? And as always, thanks for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.